What is up, XRP community? Welcome back to another video. Thank you for joining me. I want to talk about some relevant information in the crypto space and then a great clip. Swift CEO and Brad Garlinghouse on stage together. Guys, keep in mind tomorrow is the Ripple Swell Conference, the annual conference where Ripple talks about developments on the XRP ledger. It's happening in Dubai, and XRP just got regulatory clarity in Dubai, so you could see the price ratchet up tomorrow. Remember when XRP soared 60,000% in 12 months from 0.006? Any of you guys watching this video buy XRP at these levels? I first heard about XRP at 17 cents, but man, I wish I could have got it at that level. To 384 all-time highs, that was pure speculation. Now with stronger partnerships and real-world utility, the potential is staggering. What is you guys' potential price target for 2024 XRP? You see here, we have a wedge, and typically in technical analysis, you have to take it with a grain of salt. It's not always correct, but the wedges break out 75% through the wedge. So there's not much space left. Doesn't mean it's going to break out to the positive side, but with everything going on with XRP right now, the lawsuit coming to an end, it's a good time to be holding XRP. And guys, I give away $10 in XRP on the channel every day. To enter the giveaway, just like the video, subscribe with notifications on, and comment anything in the YouTube comments below. Let's talk about Ripple IPO rumors. Why the company is unlikely to go public this year. So this guy, Yassin Mubarak, founder of Dizer Capital, not just a random Twitter sleuth. This guy actually owns his own capital management group. Recently gave several reasons why Ripple will not go public this year. He said he has inside information from CEO Brad Garlinghouse that such an initiative could be in the cards once the US SEC approves the company's S1 filing, a required registration that organizations should do before being listed on a national exchange. Due to the ongoing lawsuit with the regulator, though, such an initiative is currently impossible. Mubarak further claimed that Garlinghouse considered the option of filing for an IPO outside the United States, but no time frame was given for that. He says, I suggest we temper our expectations with regards to Ripple's IPO. So a lot of people have been saying Ripple's going to go public soon, and soon is relative, but it's not looking likely this year, maybe in 2024. XRP surged to a 3-month high. Check out what's going on with these whale wallets. Specifically, the XRP holdings of crypto wallets between 100,000 and 1 billion tokens have reached 45.8% of its total supply. This is the highest level in 2023, and XRP is hitting all-time highs for this year. It's important to note that an increased whale accumulation and market value have accompanied the largest spike in XRP discussion rates since mid-July, and XRP's move up 23% against the price of Bitcoin the past week alone. So we're seeing a little bit of a decorrelation between XRP and Bitcoin. If you guys want $61 for free to get some more XRP, sign up with Webull, deposit 1 penny. You can get up to $3,000 in free stocks, but typically you just get $40 to $300 for close your account, sell your stocks, do whatever you want with that $61. But check out Webull in the video description below. Now take a listen to this clip of Brad Garlinghouse and the Swift CEO on stage together.
Fried, I'm going to give you one more question because you'll be stepping down in June. So can you talk a little bit about your outlook for Swift once you're gone? What do you expect will be a bit of your legacy, and then what's your hope going forward?
Yeah, legacies are always a dangerous thing. I think for me, GPI is a big part of the legacy. I think it is transformational for correspondent banking. It really is the biggest change, at least in the 40 years that Swift has been, 45 years that Swift has been in existence, taking that to the next century. And under the hood, changing the whole technology stack from what it was 20, 30 years ago, mainframe, etc., towards cloud, APIs, containerization, all of that stuff. That will be a journey, again, because of the 10,000 banks. Changing our own technology is relatively easy. Getting all of the 10,000 banks to embrace it and make it interconnected will be a longer journey. I think that will really be, in my mind, a big part of the legacy, turning not just Swift but the banking community as a whole, the transaction banking community, and bringing them into the next century with all of the technologies that we now have available. So that will be my legacy. In terms of what I'm going to do, I don't think it's very different from what was in the press. I'm going to take a few months to chill out. I'm passionate about payments. I always have been. Before I joined Swift, I was a consultant with McKinsey in the area of payments. So I envision what's called a portfolio life, which will be a combination of payments, fintech, research. I did some academia in between as well, so it will be a combination of that. But who knows?
Ripple is hiring.
The offer stands. I think we'll leave it there.
Thank you.
Thanks very much, guys.
Thanks, Gottfried. Because I think there's two important things about this, and Gottfried mentioned this earlier. Swift today is a one-way messaging framework. It actually isn't a liquidity provider, right? It's Swift messaging partnered with bank liquidity. When we think about an internet of value, it's a mixture of two-way messaging frameworks, moving to real-time, a chatty protocol, if you will, coupled with real-time liquidity. And I hear people talk about volatility, and I feel like they're propagating misinformation. The volatility risk of fiat, volatility is just a mathematical calculation of time times volatility. If you hold fiat for, let's say, an average Swift transaction today is in the order of magnitude 2 days, that's about 180,000 seconds. An XRP transaction is 3 seconds. So if you take a low volatile asset times a long duration, fiat, or a high volatility asset versus a very, very short amount of time, it turns out mathematically there's less volatility risk in an XRP transaction than there is in a fiat transaction. The difference is you have market makers. When you do a Swift transaction, there's banks saying, there's a market maker saying, I'll lock in that rate. I'll take the volatility risk for the next 2 or 3 days. With XRP, you don't have to do that because it settles so quickly.
Hi.
I'll show you guys this clip right here. This is from the Bank of International Settlements, Cecilia Skingsley. Quote, most of our projects are in the space of improving cross-border payments. I think it's fair to say there's room for improvements. It can be faster, cheaper, and more transparent there. Take a listen.
Where do you see the problems in the space, and then where do you see solutions and the potential arrangements?
Well, I think it's going to take time before we have the full picture, but you're absolutely right. More than half of our projects are within payments, infrastructure, CBDC space. And when you think about it, it's kind of logical. Central banks is in essence the assigned authorities within our different societies to be the experts when it comes to providing a good version of money and make sure that it works in our different societies. And good version of money, I mean the version of money that meets the criteria of being a stable store of value and efficient medium of exchange. And with all the technology going, and we know that things can onboard pretty quickly, we want people to stay in the fiat money system. We think that is the best way for making economic transactions. And we've tried to most of our projects are in the space of improving cross-border payments. So cross-border payments, I think it's fair to say that there's room for improvements there. It can be faster, cheaper, and more transparent. If you take people living in the US, for example, wanting to send remittances to family and friends in, for example, Mexico, Central America, they can have to pay an extra 5 or up to 10% in fees, and they can take a long time for the money arrive, and there is not that many compatible choices. So we are in that field, and how do we do it? Well, we try first to improve what already exists, but we are also kind of looking into future issues, and CBDCs are an interesting such future thing. But let me first say a few words about what we try to improve in the current system. So in the world, there are currently more than 60 fast payment systems in major economies around. Yeah. Take myself, I can, as living in Sweden, use the Swish system to send money to my children very quickly, or friends to share a restaurant bill. And when I spend my life in Basel, in Switzerland, I can use the equivalent there, Twint, which is doing the same sort of operations, share a meal or sharing a gift to a colleague. But I can't send money between those systems. And the idea here is to connect the fast payment systems through something called the Nexus gateway. Because if you try to do this in a bilateral way with all these 64 and increasing number of fast payment systems, you would end up with a maze of more than 1,700 bilateral connections. So we have a group of bold countries, 5 countries in Asia: Indonesia, Malaysia, Philippines, Singapore, and Thailand. They've said that they are prepared to go first, but we are sort of mindful that we want this to scale across the world and hopefully get more countries to sign in. I think the value of having a fast payment system and using that as a client would go up considerably. But we are also looking into CBDCs, and you can think about CBDCs in 2 ways. Wholesale CBDCs would be an offer facilitating transactions between financial institutions in a much better form than is offered today. Or, and you can take a further step from that and also offer it in a retail form.
Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you made it to the end of the video, thank you for being a loyal supporter. And let me know that you watched the full video by commenting Switzerland in the comment section below. Take care of yourselves, take care of your families. Until next time, guys.